Alice Pernick, candidate for Village Justice, the Court of Mamaroneck. Alice, why do you want to be a justice in the village court?
Well, the reason I'm running for justice is that to me the village court is a key institution in our community. People who come before the court need to be treated with respect, fairness, and dignity, and the court needs to be run with competency and integrity. And I've spent my whole working life working for the public good, so I feel that I can best lend my legal expertise to helping the community in the court system.
Alice, what makes you the right person for this job?
Well, I think I'm the right person for this job. First of all, I am an attorney and I'm a member of the Bar of New York, Oregon, and the District of Columbia. And also, I'm your neighbor. I've lived in Mamaroneck for almost 10 years and I'm proud to be raising my children here. I have 2 daughters at Central School and the other one at Hummocks. Also, I've been a community volunteer for many years here in Mamaroneck. I have worked for the PTA at Central and for the Sheldrake Environmental Center, and also I was the chair of the Village of Mamaroneck Committee for the Environment. I come to the position with a clean slate. I've never held a political position before, and also I've never been a village employee, and I don't have a local law practice. My husband, also, he's not a lawyer, he's a school teacher, so I come to it with very little potential for conflicts of interest or even the appearance of conflicts of interest, so the people who come before the court will feel like they're really getting a fair shake.
Tell me about your professional background. How does your previous experience relate to the position of village justice?
Oh, well, my previous experience is very relevant because I have a very broad knowledge of the law. I've worked in all 3 branches of government. On the legislative side, I worked in the New York State Senate where I drafted legislation and provided counsel for a New York State senator. And I also worked in the executive branch at the federal level where I helped protect whistleblowers and enforced other employment laws at the United States Office of Special Counsel. On the judiciary side, I worked at the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct.
What is that, and what was your work there, and how does that relate to this position?
Well, the Commission on Judicial Conduct is a state agency that investigates and prosecutes judges for allegations of ethical violations. So my experience there gives me a unique perspective on how judges should and should not behave and how courts should operate.
Alice, you say you have a wide range of experience. How is that important in the job of being village justice?
Well, that's important because this court handles many different kinds of cases. The village court handles both civil and criminal cases. So as far as the civil cases go, you can have landlord-tenant issues, you can have small claims, you can have traffic or code violations, and as far as the criminal cases, you would get misdemeanors, and also the village justices arraign felonies. So you could get a range of cases from shoplifting to drug arrests, assault, even up to murder. And my previous experiences have given me the skills to deal with these cases because they all involve skills that judges require, such as weighing evidence, doing legal research, understanding legal analysis, and drafting decisions.
Alice, your opponent said that she sees the role of village justice as being something like a CEO, at running the court partly as a business that brings in revenue. What's your view of this?
Well, I think that comparing it to a CEO is inappropriate because although a village judge and a CEO both have to be efficient managers, the ultimate job of a CEO is to turn a profit for their company. But the job of a village justice is to dispense justice fairly. If you say that it's like a CEO, then that is implying a slant in favor of the prosecution. And I think that it gives the public the wrong impression that the courts exist to milk them of their money, to be a sort of an alternate source of taxation dollars.
What do you think residents want from their village justice?
Well, I think residents want a village justice who's a representative of the judicial system in the best light. People come to the court with their complications and daily problems that they're having, and they need a justice who is going to treat them respectfully and with fairness and dignity. And I believe that the local justice courts, if administered properly, can do a lot to counter cynicism that people have about our public institutions. You know, the local village justice courts are really working at the grassroots level, and for a lot of the people that come before the courts, this is the only contact that they're ever going to have with our judicial system. So it's very important to have a judge that treats them with fairness and dignity and has integrity and makes them feel that they got their fair day in court.
What are the key issues facing the Mamaroneck Village Court?
Well, a key issue for any court is always going to be delivering justice in an even-handed manner, treating the people who come before the court with dignity and respect. But part of that, the respect, includes being respectful of people's time. People don't want to feel that their time's been wasted in court, and so you want to make sure that you're keeping things moving along and running things smoothly. And also I would add that I would make it a priority to work with the incumbent village justice and the village manager to make sure that the court's running in the most cost-effective and efficient manner possible.
Alice, you've talked about the need to be an effective village justice. How would you go about doing that?
Well, as we've already talked about, I have the broad legal background to bring to the position. I have the legal experience and the qualifications. I'm also very familiar with our community as I've been volunteering and being very involved in the community. And also I'm at a point in my life now where my children are older and I have the time and the flexibility to devote myself full-time to this position so that the people of Mamaroneck and the people who come before the courts have the village court and the village justice that I think they deserve.
Thank you, Alice Pernick, candidate for Village of Mamaroneck Justice.
Thank you.